So what I have to do now is figure out how I'm going to get the fan off of this old water pump. So I think what I'm going to do, I got to get this thermostat housing off also, but maybe take this backing plate off. I don't think there's... Oh, I just lost that one. Yeah, it's the one I needed. There's nothing wrong with this one. It's probably the original. I got a fish for my socket. Hold on. Got a vice grip pinched on the pulley. Let's see if that works. All right. AC Delco water pump. There's a part number. I'm going to stick with these thicker. This is what came with the engine. I'm going to stick with that, and then there was another set like these. I heard like something about European uses the thinner ones, so I'm going to stick with the thick aluminum. All right, anyway, let's get the thermostat gasket on. And put these off to the side. Basically hide them on myself. All right, what do we got here? Two different styles, two pieces seen in diagram 1. This requires the use of the fiber gasket. One piece. So I guess that's the thermostat. Where are you looking? The thermostat is built into the housing, so this is the one piece that's going to get the O-ring. I guess we could put a little bit of grease on that. Something, a little something, something. All right, a little dielectric grease. I'm sure these are 18 foot-pounds. All right, let's get the water pump put on. If I'm not mistaken, I think these are all, yeah, there's nothing. Nothing going in exposed to the water. So you don't have to put sealant or anything on them. Oops. I got all the bolts going through the gasket. All right. Help with the socket was on it. $18 foot-pounds. We can finish tightening down the EGR. I left it loose on the mount, that way I can move the pipes around on the exhaust manifold and on the intake. We got an AC Delco tensioner. It's going to go right here. We just got to get the bolts off of the old one. I almost forgot about the little shipping plug for the dipstick. So all I did was I got my long reach radiator hole hose tool and got down in there and boop, flipped it right out. So let's get the dipstick tube right here and see if we can't put it in. Maybe it goes in back in here. Yeah, that's it. Yep. Okay. That makes sense. There we go. And it lines up. Let's get the bolt. Yeah, there we go. All right. Just had to move the spark plug out of the way. Spark plug wire out of the way. It goes right back on. All right. Put this one back in. And put this thing back on the coil. Alright, so we didn't have to take the hose off to, or the connector for the heater hose. There we go. I was pushing down on it to make sure that it's going to be seated. Always check the spark plug wires. Okay. All right, we'll wipe our dipstick off and we put 5 quarts of oil in it, and we already primed it, so we can add some more. All right. So really now it's just power steering pump. There's a big thing, but the steering rack and the coolant hoses. We got the exhaust manifolds on. We're getting there. All right. And there's a sticker on here that shows you the routing. That's right. It's like this. And then down. The thing about it is you gotta take this off first before you try to line everything up, because you'll get to a point where you'll have the belt on and a tensioner and the wrench will get in the way. But that's it. We're waiting on the steering rack. We're waiting on the hoses, coolant lines. Yeah, I'm getting there. All right, we're back at it again. We got to get all this stuff put in the front of the vehicle. We're going to be doing some power steering stuff also, like getting rid of the pressure lines, replace them with new ones. We got to take this little shield out of the way, and then we can focus our attention on all the coolant lines. I guess we could start with the heater hose, the inlet, GN or AC Delco part. Oh, genuine GM, my bad. This one came with that quick release. You don't need it. You could bypass this because these things break, which I had done that. And that's why we're replacing them. You know, and then the hose itself, it seems like these are all original hoses, so they're starting to deteriorate inside. There we go, it clicks. All right, we can get just a little bit of liquid soap. All right, let's try this again. Boom, right on. Look at that. All right. And then all we got to do is release that clamp, and then we got our 3 into 1 or 1 into 2 hose. All right, that's AC Delco. This one does not have the quick connect. You don't need it. We'll just put a hose clamp on that. Okay. All right, we'll use a hose tool on that. There we go. Okay. All right, let's get this out of the way. This is lower radiator hose, AC Delco. Upper radiator hose, AC Delco. Radiator to overflow tank, AC Delco. And then a radiator to the throttle body, AC Delco. All right. So without that, excuse me, quick coupler, you're gonna have a difficult time putting the stock hose clamp over top of the heater core. So I'm just gonna go with a conventional hose clamp, AC Delco hose clamp. I noticed something that, you know, when you're putting this hose on, there is a potential to kink the hose, right? So just be careful of that. Go. All right, we got pretty much the passenger side of the cooling system all put in. We make sure that we got all of our hose clamps on and everything's in place. And then we can focus our attention on the power steering. All right, oh wait, I almost forgot the vent hoses. All right. We can transfer clips and clamps, all that wonderful stuff. All right, let's get set back up and put us on time. Now we got everything in. I'm going to have to review some footage to see if I got this thing on backwards. Maybe you guys can answer that question. But I'm going to hold off on the fan and the upper radiator hose, whatever, and start focusing my attention on the steering rack. Drop that out, get the hoses replaced. We still got to take this air deflector off, out of the way, get to the hoses. So that's what we're going to start working on now.